luxury, it ain't no fun, no, but ain't no fun without a little bit of
Handsome.
UFC for me stands for unbelievably fucking cowardly.
Yeah. Oh, that's fun.
No.
UFC for me stands for Fauci came.
The C should be for cowards, and they should have a division, just the cowards division. That it's just guys that are like, let's talk this out, man.
But even a UFC coward's probably tough for fellas like you and I.
Have you been thinking about getting anyone test your metal lately?
I think
You
everyone.
any fights in these? I almost fought a kid today, so we can share whatever.
Wait,
you
how
want to
old
start.
though?
He was in the kiddie pool area at the pool that we're members at. But I don't think they have to have an age limit, right, on those kind of things, like to be in there by yourself. Like you can't be like an 11-year-old kid in a kiddie pool splashing around.
Well, what do you think the age limit on a kiddie
That's
pool
what I'm
is?
thinking. I don't know. This kid was like just sprinting around, splashing everyone in the face. He had like they have those pool noodle water guns now. Like
Yeah.
it looks like you like squeeze them together and it's just a stream. Just lighting up the whole block, just spraying everybody in there.
Yeah.
And to top it off, I'm probably doxing him. Nah, I won't even say his name, just in the fear that the parents
Make up a
watch
name.
this.
Make up a name.
Let's say his name was
Bridget Smooth.
Bridget Smooth.
Yeah.
Yes, the kid's name was BS.
The Diarrhea King of Iowa.
I can't believe we just came with a full name and title for this.
But this
little
kid,
bitch.
yeah, he just was, and I'm immediately that parent that
Wait, what? How did you come with the Diarrhea King of Iowa?
Just came to me, dude. I don't
Been
have a
sitting
good,
on
I
that
don't have
one
a good
for months,
explanation.
bro.
I like that even better. I thought you might be reusing.
I
one
wish
that
this kid
exists,
had
but that's
diarrhea. He
even
would have
better.
been allowed in the pool. He sucked.
But seriously, what do you guys think the age limit for a kiddie pool should be? I mean, like, I think 23 is the cutoff.
Yeah.
I think that you can't really judge kids about age and just like how chill they are. Like I've met a ton of like super cool
Just
15-year-olds.
Just a kiddie pool full of chill kids.
Just the
All
chillest
right,
kids.
we're going down a weird road here.
Yeah, of course.
No, I don't know. But that was I kept looking over and I was looking at his parents and they were just do you ever see someone that doesn't know since we're wearing sunglasses, you ever come across somebody you're just like, have you just never seen how sunglasses go on a head? This guy was at the pool wearing them like readers like this.
No, I hate that.
Wearing like Oakleys, like fake Oakley, gas store Oakleys, just like this. And he's like, yeah, so anyway, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And just like looks like a accountant.
That's why I always say, like, a guy like that, if you make fun of that, my long-standing theory is that the number one thing to make fun of somebody about is what they're wearing, because they thought about that. It made them feel a sense of confidence.
Oh, yeah.
It was a really kind of like premeditated thing. And then if you go for that and be like, that shirt's fucking ridiculous, that'll break you in a way that few things
If
could.
you hit somebody with, you're like, that's the one
Yeah,
you went
like,
with? Like,
oh.
you had to try it on other ones and you ended up on that one?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to negate that, though, because I dress with no intention of looking cool whatsoever.
Well, I think you
I've
could kind
abandoned it.
of. I think you could kind of like sift it out by like somebody who's just like, I just wear a pair of t-shirt, like a t-shirt and a pair of jeans. But there are like if some. Well, I mean, I guess I'm like on the other side too, because I get made fun of for my shit all the time. But I just think I've become so accustomed to it that I'm like, whatever, dude. They're Birks. But I think if you can spot it out, like that guy wearing the sunglasses, you know that he was in there like, I'm fingering something, and then
Yeah.
you make fun of that. No
I don't
dice.
know. I wish he did more fingering and less making kids because his kid sucked.
True. Yeah.
But then we bounced back from that. We left there and we went over to podcast guest alum Rob Cody's house.
Bobby Keys.
Hung out at his pool. It was a nice afternoon hangout. Just a couple parents making sure their kids don't drown.
Oh, you brought the kiddos?
It's just like a slight panic attack the entire time while you're just catching up with people.
Yeah.
Now, do
Just
you
like-
have to keep visual line of sight, or do you just listen?
My kid's so small. It's like if she's in the pool, like I have to be like hand on her swimmies, like or like holding her up still at some point. So she did jump in the pool a bunch today for the first time, and that was awesome.
Okay.
Getting to like experience that, like she got to realize like how cool it really was. The first one she was just falling, and then finally I was like, this one like jump out, and you could see on her face like, this is a feeling I've never felt before. I'm
Yeah.
actually flying. Like
Yeah, watching a human being abandon gravity for the first time has got to be an unbelievable thing to
Oh,
watch.
yeah. Or for like the first time in a long time. You see like a fat person that hasn't really like gotten off the ground recently and they're on a trampoline. You
Yeah.
see them get too high and they're like, oh, there's that worried look.
Fat guy on a trampoline sounds like a great ska band for the record.
That might be the new name of our production company, Fat Kind of Trampoline Incorporated.
That would rule.
I'm starting the LLC now.
I asked you if the kids were at Rob's pool. As if like the alternative is like you made your kids stay home.
They stayed home
and he
and
made
we all
his
hung
stay
out.
inside, and it was just 4 adults.
But it was
like,
still just me and Rob in like swimmies,
Yeah.
just holding each other up.
yeah, dude,
Jumping into each other's
wearing
arms.
your t-shirts in the
That'd be
pool.
pretty chill.
Yeah, I know that's the thing. It would be incredible. It just the concept of it.
There
doesn't
was
really add
one
up.
point. This is the first time it's happened. Like all the kids were inside watching something on TV, and they were all so worn out from just ripping it up in the pool all day that it was just all the parents sitting outside. And like one parent had like a line of sight on him, so nobody really cared. But I was like, oh, that's the first time I've ever been like, me and my wife were somewhere, and our daughter's in another room, like just chilling. I was like, everything in me is like, I got to get up and go check on her. But then I'm like, no, just hang out. Like you guys are having fun.
Yeah.
So it's been a weird step. Like I think this summer we're going to be able to enjoy barbecues and parties.
I was gonna say, well, that'll just each year ramps up more, where you're just further away from your kid.
Yeah,
That's
damn. Now I'm going to
paranoid.
cry. I think I got these glasses on.
Yeah, well, think
Man,
about
I mentioned crying yesterday.
Mhm.
Do you cry a lot?
not much.
Like frequently or no?
I have like like intentional cries. Like if I'm gonna cry, I'll like
You
kind of
force
plan it
one,
out.
but like tears will run. I was yesterday at a christening. We were talking about there it is. A friend of mine who's in his late 30s had like a weird like episode with his heart. Had to go to the hospital and everything. And at one point,
What season was it?
What's that?
What season was it?
Season 37. Hopefully not the finale.
It's true. Good episode.
But he said that his heart was racing so fast it wouldn't slow down that they gave him a drug that made his heart stop. Yeah. So he was technically dead for a second, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like when you think about it. And he said he just like when he felt it like coming on, it was almost like anesthesia. Like you feel it coming over you. But he's like right before it was about to go out, I was like, what if it doesn't start again? Like, and then he said he came to, and he's like, and I made everybody get out, and he's like, and I just broke down and had like the hardest cry because it was the whole thing leading up to it. Like, thought he was having a heart attack, and he's like, and that's like the first time I cried in 15 years. And I was like,
wow.
what?
Yeah.
I was like, first off, first cry in 15 years. That one has got to feel so good.
Yeah.
The
How can you
the
not
amount of
watch
just-
Forrest Gump for that
Right?
long, though? That's what I
That's
want to
true.
know.
There's
And
a lot
I
of stuff in
immediately
there.
went like I cried at a sunset last month on 295 while driving. Like,
Did you really?
yeah, I've been trying to
my
write a
God,
bit about
dude.
it, but I can't find it. I was driving down 295. There was a beautiful sunset.
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
and
Okay.
I love one. If you don't love sunsets, you know what? Get out of here.
Doesn't do a lot for me.
You know, I'm voting for whoever is pro sunset.
Trump.
What are you, a
Trump.
sunrise guy?
That was Trump. He likes both.
I'm a big sunset guy.
Yeah.
And it was just like a beautiful sunset. And there was like, I think there was, no, I actually know there was a song on that is like, the lyrics just make you be like, oh, I got to think about everything that ever happened in my life. But it was like for the, positive. And I was driving past the town I grew up in. So it was like, it all hit me at the same moment.
Yeah.
And I just, and I was literally I was going to a show down in Swedesboro.
Yeah.
And I was going down like a hill just going, I guess this is just life now.
Yeah.
Out loud to myself.
Oh my God, dude, that's crazy.
But it was all good. I liked it, man.
Matt,
you
when's the
cry.
last
You
time
feel
you
so
cried?
good after a cry.
It's not even gonna be fun. It's just I had a series of busy days, and I listened to Kevin Garnett's speech that he gave during a bad season that the Timberwolves were having, where he talks about, I don't go to the gym because I got to. I don't put up extra shots because I got to. It's in me. I'm built like this. And I was literally in my car driving to like a thing where I just have to stand and talk into a microphone. Like, I'm fucking built like
Built
this,
for
dude.
this.
That's probably the closest.
therapy. I'm built for this.
Yeah, I unfortunately just have sociopathic, narcissistic crying sessions. That's not really true. I like more often. Me and Zach actually this like gay thing where we'll like. It's kind of funny. You always hear these things about girls will say, "Oh, he's probably out talking to girls or cheating on me." Zach and I, if our girlfriends aren't hanging out, usually we'll just like go to a bar, drink, get back, and then put on saddest movie scenes compilation videos on YouTube.
Oh, what are
And
some of the tops?
The go-to is the movie with Casey Affleck. Oh God, why can't I think of what it's called?
Oh, that's the movie that's
Oh.
like the Shore Town or the Boat
Yes,
Town?
Yeah.
What the hell is that called? Something.
I was just reading.
Manchester by the Sea.
Yeah, I almost
Yeah.
watched it. I almost watched it because I was up in Boston, and that's like all New England theme, right? Manchester by it's like Connecticut, I think, or Rhode Island, maybe.
It's Manchester. Yeah, it's like New England.
So,
area.
but I was in Boston in like a nowhere town north of Boston, and I was like, maybe I should watch Manchester by the Sea, and
Yeah.
then I immediately like started looking stuff up online. It was like saddest scene.
It's the
And
best.
I was like, oh, I can't be in a roadside Holiday Inn Express watching
no,
Manchester
you
by
cannot
the
be
Sea.
alone. That's why I always have my 27-year-old male roommate there to cry along with me, and we still cry like bros, where we'll like rub our eyes, be like, what the fuck, man? Like,
Thinking about the World Series still.
Goddamn allergies.
yeah, well, the allergies are strong with this one, Padawan. But yeah, that's usually what I'll cry to that. Mainly that. It's just putting on sad compilation. That's why I say it's intentional. Like I'm
Yeah, but
purposefully.
you gotta force one out.
Yeah, I think you have to be like sad.
We're
about
still
stuff.
talking about crying, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just
Well, if
making
you
sure.
could do both at the same time if you want.
Yeah, if you got a tear.
I
That's,
cried
the,
on
that's the
mic.
only time I cry,
I
actually.
cried on mic last week into a microphone because I had to
Oh, yeah.
give a speech at my friend's funeral.
Very sad.
It was sad, but I gotta say, I crushed.
I knew that was there. It
I
is. That's what it's
crushed, dude.
all about, dude.
You're doing
Dude.
the funeral circuit now? You're going on tour?
You got to listen to this Kevin Garnett speech. You're the same sociopathic
Dude.
narcissist.
Crushed. So at first I thought I was going to be the only person speaking. So I was like, all right, well, it's not a eulogy. I'm just going up to talk about my friend who passed away. And it was unfortunate. You know, it was the end of an addiction battle kind of thing. So I was like, well, I'm going to write something heartfelt, but I'm going to make it light. And so I went up and like to make it like light right off the top, I was like, you know, usually I come up to do this kind of thing to applause. And everyone was like, and everyone clapped. It was super hacky and cheesy, but it like set the mood for the room. And then I went through everything, and it was good. It was like very heartfelt, very funny. Crushed some good memories. Had like a couple in there were like in the moment jokes that murdered. Well, that shouldn't be the way you use about talking at a funeral.
They killed.
He was not murdered, but
Kill's not much better.
yeah,
he was they lost to addiction.
they buried everyone in there. And so at the end, I ended on a good note. I ended it. It couldn't be more of a Wigger funeral, and I said it with a W. I ended a funeral for a white guy with a Wu-Tang lyric. So there was that.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go the other way, Wigger, and
No.
like go 8 Mile. But like,
With
I do
Wu-Tang.
live in a fucking.
At the end, I told everybody, I was like, cash rules everything around me. Get the money. Dollar bills, y'all.
Fire off an AK-47.
But so, all right, so it ended and everyone clapped because it was like a heartfelt thing. It wasn't really a eulogy. And then his uncle got up and read the eulogy that his mom wrote. And it was very heartfelt, very sad. And afterwards, everyone clapped again.
Wow.
So they were just like,
So you kind of set a tone of like.
so
this
I
is
set
the
a weird
structure of
tone.
it.
Then his cousin went up and read a very sad poem that she like fought to get through, and everyone clapped at the end of that.
Now, does that invalidate the claps you got for your speech? How
I
does
don't
that
know.
make you
No,
feel?
I like just to think that I was the good opener. I was a solid.
Do you
It's
think
like,
your claps were better than everybody else's
oh,
claps?
my
That's the
claps.
important part.
Yeah,
of
if
the
there was a
funeral.
meter, if someone was up there at the funeral doing the
Yeah.
Your claps were the best, is what you're saying.
just I'm up there. Yeah, just
Hulk
Hulk
Hoganing,
Hoganing.
yeah.
All right. Anyway, come back next week for the O. Henry
Mel
services.
Harris has this thing he does when he hosts where he'll point out sections of the crowd and he'll say, all right, this is the Smith family side, this is the Jones family side. And just saying that at like a wake. I feel like, Jones family, I can't really hear you. Smith family's a little more sad.
Is the party on the left side of the church or the right side of the church?
Yeah, dude.
So yeah, it was that, and then we went back to the bar that we all drank at when we were 21, Hollywood Diner and Bar.
Yeah.
You've been there, I'm sure, a bunch.
And I mentioned that if there was ever a time to break your sobriety,
it
if
would
you
have
were
been
ever
then.
going to have a drink and break your
It
sobriety.
would have been then, but no,
Yep.
it was good. It was good to catch up with old friends, weird friends. Some people less teeth in their mouth than I thought there would be.
Yeah.
That I ran into. That's always
Hey,
interesting.
that's a little close to home right now.
Oh, true. You got yours pulled on purpose. I
Yeah,
think
got
life.
mine
I think
pulled on
life
purpose.
pulled
Well,
these teeth that I'm
it's,
talking
it's
about.
It's not like I asked for it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
true.
It just I cracked a tooth. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
Old
That's
crackle tooth.
terrifying. The mouth stuff, like when you told me that happened, that is underrated for how much it disrupts your life.
Dude, it was.
Oh
it
yeah,
was,
your
it
mouth
was a pain.
shuts you down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 2 hours in there because they took it out in pieces.
Yeah.
because
Oh.
of how bad it was cracked, man. It was rough.
Yeah.
dude. But on the bright side, great medications,
Yeah,
fantastic
oh boy.
medications.
I've been flying high all week.
Taking prescription drugs
I was
legally for
flying high
the
at,
first time must
postgame.
be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when I broke by the days leading up. And I also have this thing where I'll, like, if I think something hurts, I'll keep testing if it still hurts until it hurts really bad.
Especially mouth stuff. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, a little thing on the roof of my mouth. Let me jam my tongue into that for the next 6.5
But
hours.
I have this thing where I'm like, all right, maybe it doesn't hurt anymore. Bite down. Like 2 minutes goes by, and I was like, maybe it probably hurts less now. Bite down. And I'll just do that repetitively.
Dude, you're speaking
nonstop.
my language. Week before I finally called the dentist.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm the type of guy I didn't tell my wife about it. I didn't tell anybody because the second I tell her about it, all she's going to do is bug me about getting it fixed.
Right.
And, you know, I'm a stubborn
Ugh,
dude.
don't you
man.
hate when they care about you?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's bullshit, man.
That's what my dad, when he had his heart attack, he told us that, like, for 2 months prior, he was having similar pains. So my dad was just having 2 months worth of heart attacks. Until
dude,
he
that's what
finally
scared me with
had
my
a
friend
massive
that-
one that he's like, this one wins.
My buddy had his little episode. He said, I was like, well, did anything, like, you have any symptoms or anything? He's like, yeah, same exact thing happened like a week earlier. And I was like, and you didn't think, like, his heart rate was up to like 200 when he was just standing there. And I was like, and nothing in you thought I should go get this looked at? You just thought this was a weird Tuesday?
Yeah. I mean, I'm the same way though, and I think every guy is like, I
yeah,
won't
totally.
go until it is almost like there's no option. Like with my kidney thing,
Yeah.
luckily it happened all at once. Where
Oh, I was going to ask you about that because I had really foamy pee this morning and I got nervous.
about
the kidney thing.
or the foamy pee is like one of the earliest signs that your kidneys are not full capacity, but you're probably fine.
Yeah.
Especially because
All right.
you're, and I'm not even saying this in a mean way. Like you're 37, like
I drink
it's
so
just not
much
going to
water,
work
too.
great forever.
True. Oh, my bladder's already. I peed my T-shirt the other day.
Sorry.
Yeah.
What?
Wait, you didn't pee your pants. You peed your
No,
t-shirt.
just my T-shirt.
Did you have your tiny pee facing upwards?
Yeah,
Or
I
did
always
you-
tuck up.
I can't
I'm an up tucker.
You were in the waistband.
yeah, I
you had a
go,
little
I'm
awkward
a
boner?
waistband warrior, and I
It's like
just
that thing-
sometimes get a little spritz.
Billy Madison, where he's got the hose on the kid. And she's like, "Come on, Mister,
Sorry,
I don't even
mister."
know you. Why are you doing this?"
No,
She pissed
I
on
was
herself.
here. I parked my car. I've been playing fast and loose with leaving places and not peeing before I leave. And I was in Philly and I crushed like an iced coffee and like 20 ounces of water, and just came home and barely made it into the driveway, and ran in, was undoing my belt. Went to pull down the front of my boxers and my shirt dropped.
Yeah.
And I just peed on my T-shirt.
That's unbelievable, but I've been
It
there.
was
many
right
times.
after I literally just got a compliment for somebody. I was at a coffee shop and somebody randomly was like, "Oh, sick shirt." It was just a Hall & Oates T-shirt. I was like, "Thanks,
Thanks, man. I'm
And
gonna
then I
piss all the bottom of it a
Yeah.
lot.
Thanks. I'm actually gonna go tinkle all over it.
I'm gonna waterboard my own penis with my T-shirt.
And then I stopped and I was like, "Man, the rest of my outfit's good for the rest of the day." But the worst part is you have to take the T-shirt off, and that part's got to pass your face.
I don't care if I get any piss on my own self. I don't care at all.
No.
Not at all.
No, it comes from me. I'm good with that.
Yeah,
The
literally.
worst is if you
it's
have to
just stuff
sit
like-
in it. If you got to sit in it for a while.
I mean, the discomfort of having to sit in moist clothing is like kind of almost separate from the fact that it's piss.
Yeah.
Like I don't really care about they're conjoined, but like the idea of my own, I would drink my piss for sure.
You want to put your money where your piss is?
Put the Patreon on,
Your
yeah. Let's
mouth
get
where
this
your
thing,
piss
and I'll
is.
drink my piss tonight.
You're
my
already
parents
showing
will be
everyone
like,
your butthole from this angle. So.
dude, I don't give a. I
So
don't give a
the
hell.
two Patreon tiers we have of our unstarted Patreon so far. One is Spit in John's face. I think that's the 500 level.
Yeah.
I haven't forgotten that one, by the way.
Wait, was
The
I
second one
drinking
is
when I
watch-
said that one?
Yeah.
The second one is watch Matt drink his own pee, which we need a clear glass to make sure that happens.
John and I are just fulfilling our own kinks with the Patreon.
Yeah.
Wait till we get to like fuck our wife.
Round
tiers.
4. Yeah, round 4 is spank my bottom with a tennis ball in my mouth.
Jesus.
Guys, I've been eating a lot of protein lately.
Yeah, Tootie Booty.
I've been protein dense. I've been eating 200 grams of protein every day.
That's so many proteins.
Yeah.
That's a lot of protein.
Yeah, man.
I just smelled that one.
Yep.
Dude, speaking of protein, I just watched that. Are you guys? do you guys like action movies?
Yeah,
Like I've been
I don't
getting
hate
into
'em.
like cheesy old action movies. So today,
Speaking
for
of
the first
cheesy.
time, you ever see the movie The Eraser?
That's the perfect moment.
You ever seen the movie The Eraser? It's an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie about like basically he's a witness protection, like marshal. He protects people that are. And the movie was just as cheesy as I thought it was going to be until
Yeah.
about an hour and a half in. They end up having a scene in the zoo. And just CGI crocodiles come out and eat like 3 people. It's completely unnecessary. And they blew the entire budget.
With
for
Arnold, was
CGI.
it a crocodile or a crocodile?
Well, he didn't actually
Come on,
address
come
them
on.
personally. So
That
I
was
don't know.
great.
Fuck you, dude.
Oh no, crocodile! That's spot on.
Yeah, I guess
Dude, I
it-
go to Austria.
I guess it is pretty spot on. Did you hear about during World War II, a bunch of like the Japanese were bracing for an American attack and they had to retreat. So they retreated into this like swampland that was just heavily infested with crocodiles. And in 3 days, the crocodiles ate 1,000 Japanese dudes. They,
All right, Matt,
legitimately-
now, you do an impression of what that would sound like.
Well, I'll tell you this much: Japanese are pretty tiny guys. So if the crocodiles probably saw, we're looking at like just normal, regular sized whites, and they saw a couple bite-sized Japanese. Those are little bites.
To be fair,
They're
they probably
appetizers, man.
thought
Yeah,
that they,
they
were,
were little-
eating the
yeah,
same.
they were-
They're little
There
appetizers.
were some mozzarella sticks, some chicken fingers. They couldn't quite handle a cheeseburger American.
The crocodiles are sitting there like, man, when can we get some American troops
Yeah.
and British troops in here, and then we can, eat good.
Yeah,
You just
they-
have the appetizer.
Oh,
Yeah,
American troops
exactly.
probably smell so good, or probably taste so good.
Yeah, they're seasoned.
American troops, they're just all the kids that are full of patriotism. They've just been marinating in
How
patriotism
much-
for
how
their
good do you
teens.
think patriotism tastes, though?
Oh, it tastes like freedom. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, can you
tastes like
imagine like the mother, like they used to send home letters when like they would lose a son, and she's already lost 2 sons. They're like on the this one was in the battlefield, this one was in a tank explosion, this one was eaten by a crocodile. She's like, dude, what the fuck? And also, it's 1940s when women can't read yet, so she's like, honey, what is this? Is it crocodile?
They drew a picture of a crocodile and our son in his mouth. I
Yeah.
watched a video of a shark. Did you see
Wow,
that?
that's crazy. If they were sending home letters and just crudely drawing the pictures of what happened.
Just fucking stick figures.
Just for the people in like the Dust Bowl states that never learned how to read.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Did you see a video out of Egypt of the shark eating the guy in front of everyone?
Dude, I did
What?
see that. They killed the
Holy
shark.
shit.
They killed the shark apparently
Good. We
yesterday.
should kill all the sharks.
Yeah.
Kill all the sharks. I'm pro shark. I'm also anti shark. It was a video of a guy like fighting it off, and the lady just kept filming from the beach. And at one point, the shark
That dude was
flipped
not
him.
fighting it off. I'm just saying.
Well, he
that.
tried, and you see his legs come up, and his bare butt and balls all sticking
Oh
out.
my God.
And then you watch his torso pop back up, and he's just like bobbing there, and he's not really responding. And then you hear like a help, and then a hump, and then a shark chomps him again.
Oh my God, dude.
And then finally, like after the guy gets pulled over, a guy comes up in like a canoe, like he's gonna do anything.
oh wow.
He's like, I got my kayak.
What is this on? Where did you find this type of
The
video?
internet.
Yeah, but you got to find specific websites on the internet.
I think Naeem Ali's story probably. That's
Oh,
usually
sure.
where I see most
I
of
saw
my
it on
deaths.
Reddit. Yeah, that was.
It might have actually been Reddit. You might be right.
It was rough to watch. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I hate having to go when I hear about videos of like very gory things. Just like
This
an
wasn't that
insane
gory.
person.
It was weird because it was out in the water, so like it was just jarring. It wasn't close up enough where you really saw like, I don't know,
You,
It
but
was
you could
kinda-
just see him getting tussling
just
around.
getting tossed around. Then
It was
you
kinda
see
like
the
the
shark.
It's like when you're
Yeah.
watching sex in a
That
non-R
opening
movie.
scene where
Yeah.
the girl's just getting dragged back and forth and then just goes under. That's
We need
what the
more
video
Jaws
is.
So it was like
movies.
it was kind of tastefully done. It was a nice shot. Like
Yeah,
they weren't
yeah,
like
yeah.
overly. It's like when you watch a movie that's not rated R and they're having sex, but it's just like the covers rustling around.
Yeah,
Okay,
they're just dry humping.
they're just dry.
For the record,
yeah.
I want to address that. One thing we do not need is more Jaws movies. If they reboot Jaws, I will be so sad.
If they reboot Jaws,
Yeah.
we're also going to start killing more sharks. So I think, coincidentally, we'll have less shark attacks because of the new Jaws movie. We'll have killed off all the man eaters.
or they'll
Why
take
are
it
we-
personally and just go gung ho back at us. Do you want that? Are you trying to make sharks as enemies?
Why are we not supposed to just kill sharks? I don't understand the food chain. I understand that it's like if you kill this and they can't eat this, can't eat this. It's like dude,
Yeah, that applied like thousands of years ago.
them. Yeah, we'll just make sharks if we need more.
Yeah, what purpose do shark except for shark fin soup, which I've only heard of in like movies.
I think people like it just so you can tell less comfortable people that they can't do things. Let me try and say that in a more logical way. Like, you know how like people love being able to tell other people like, oh, you can't do that because it gives them a feeling of superiority.
Yeah.
I think sharks exist so that surfers feel like they're not retards. So that they can tell other people who don't go in the water a lot, I don't know, mate, wouldn't go out there. I think sharks exist so that surfers don't feel like retards. Write it down.
Put it on a shirt.
That's a hell of an assertion.
You're welcome,
Yeah, I'll give
surfers.
that
You're
to
not
you.
retards anymore.
It's the same reason
Now
Puerto Rican
introducing
people exist.
sharks.
Well, I mean, John's hair is getting almost a surfer status. We're getting
Two
there.
people this week told me I have a Bradley Cooper-esque look, and I said, "Oh, thank you."
my
You
God,
shut
dude.
up." Oh, I said that's exactly what I'm going for, and you made my week.
My life's getting worse by the week, dude.
I know.
How's that happen? I can't let that happen.
It's called aging, bro. You're hitting a weird stage.
How you mean?
How old are you now?
I don't even. 27.
Like genetically, you should already have children. It's like your body doesn't know.
What do you mean
to do.
genetically? I should have kids, dude.
You should have like by the way the human body's made, you should have like an 8-year-old kid by this point.
Don't tell Bobby De Niro that.
I don't get it.
He just
Bobby
said he
De
just
Niro.
got his girl pregnant. He's 79.
And
didn't see
Al
that?
Keep
Pacino.
doing that, but I'm saying like the way that we're made, you're supposed to be popping out kids when you're young. I didn't do it either.
Yeah, but I'm not
so I
supposed
hit a
to-
weird.
yeah.
I hit a weird thing like you too, where you're just like, I'm tired. I'm sad.
Yeah, but
Am
I'm
I
not
happy?
supposed to. I'm
What's
not sad.
anything?
I'm totally happy. I'm just so fucking tired.
You,
Just
you,
being-
should, you ever try sleeping more?
No, I don't have time. I'm too busy reading business.
You have so much
I'm
time
too
to sleep.
busy- I really do not have any time. Name a time.
Tonight,
Booked. Doing a podcast.
right after this.
Gotta go say hi, Gabby girl.
Will you go home and just stay up real long?
If I work from home the next day, this is an interesting podcast topic.
No.
What will you do? Will you go
I
to
still
bed
know because
early?
I still do little kid fighting bedtime. Where like I'll be downstairs and even my brain will be like, "You should go to bed." I'm like, I can do whatever I want. It's my house. I'll
I
stay
know.
up as late as I want.
But I think that's just like a deep-seated anxiety. Every night that I stay up late, I'm like, I know I'm staying up late so that I don't have to begin the next day.
Damn, that's dark.
Well, no, the next day is just like more fucking shit to do. It's nonstop shit to do.
Stop doing shit.
No, I like it.
Do less shit though.
Mm-mm.
You think you do too much? What shit do you do?
I work a full-time job and then I do stand-up most nights of the week. If not, I have some ridiculous fucking man on the street interview I have to do. That sounds
or a
very...
cry
Man,
fest.
fame is really dragging Matt down.
And I'm being such a whiny
Matt
bitch. I'm
puts
sorry.
out one Spotify banger.
Yeah, that's going
and
great.
He suddenly is just top of the dang world.
I'm being a whiny little guy
It's
right now.
made its way into my gym playlist. I'm not gonna lie.
I can't believe my life's not that busy. It's not that big. Everything's so easy for me. There
Check
you
it
go.
out. Matt's got a song called Tony
Flippy
Luke.
flops.
Flippy featuring
Flippy
Tony
Flops.
Luke's
Everywhere
featuring
you
Matt
stream
I'm being-
music.
I'm
everywhere
featured.
you stream music.
Tony Luke created the song. I did the vocals on it for Flippy Flops, the song of the summer, the song of the late spring, the song
It's the
of,
song to get sunburned to.
It's this. By the way, just found out I'm impervious to sunburn.
That's
I swear to
gotta be
God,
patently
impossible.
false.
guys, I couldn't believe it myself. But I think
Go
that-
on.
I think the sun found out just how busy I am. No, I'm kidding. And,
Now that's Patreon content. Test Matt's theory on me.
I am busy. I'm not
we just
unbelievably busy.
we
I
put a
am busy.
time lapse camera on you as you lay out in the sun.
Yep,
it only
absolutely.
gets 7 minutes in,
The time lapse where like it shows the person kind of sitting.
and you're just sizzling.
So speaking of my busy schedule, I had to go film a man on the street interview commercial thing for Sheets, and we just had to stand out front of a Sheets for like 3 hours just waiting for people to come in. And I didn't have time to put sunscreen on. I didn't think to bring any. Like I didn't really know where the shoot was going to happen, whatever. And I was out in the sun, directly
This
in
is
the
the
sunlight.
second time now you've shot something and didn't bring sunscreen.
That's what I'm saying. And neither time was there an issue. So I think I might have defeated the sun, which is why I'm saying we get rid of sharks. Because sharks and sun are
You
like
think
on equal
sharks
footing.
and sun are in cahoots?
I
The
think-
next logical step of things to defeat. You defeated the sun. Now you got to defeat sharks.
Yes,
I
but-
think next will be rain.
And I think sharks are going to be in the walk in the park. I think what happens in like the third movie, the sharks and the sun team up against me in my busy schedule, and I
Sharks versus sun versus Matt.
yes, and I lose, but I learn a valuable lesson that makes me a better father. And then my son goes and defeats the shark sun king.
But then you find out in the next movie that your son is actually part shark
Exactly.
and part sun.
yes.
Your son is part sun.
My son is part son, and my wife is a whore.
It's the Honey I Shrunk the Kids cover, but it says my son is part sun.
Gabby, he doesn't mean that.
No, she's my girlfriend.
There's no
my
way
girlfriend's a great
she's
woman.
of
My
the
wife
sun.
is a whore. Yeah, yeah. Speaking of, we went to the old cheerleaders
Oh yeah,
on Memorial Day weekend.
yeah. How did that happen?
Oh my God, did they send out the second stringers? Well,
And
I'm
for the
talking-
listeners, for the out of town listeners, cheerleaders is Gloucester Rivers adjacent.
Yeah, it
most
was-
premier gentlemen's club.
It's just such a weird experience, especially from my point of view. Is like a strip club's never really done anything for me, especially if I'm there with my girlfriend.
It's
Like, I'm
also
not-
scary to go to a strip club that's on a creek
Yes, true.
because that's an easy way for them to just send a body to Poseidon.
Yeah, but it makes it easier for
"Oh,
the
no,
girls.
another
so
one
they
down."
can- The girls can walk across the street and go to bed when they're done. Come on, folks. Strippers sleep in the creek.
Creek?
Yeah, that's right. Creek creatures. Stripping,
His
twerking.
creatures are.
I can't even talk, dude. I'm so busy.
So it's just you and Swamp Thing getting lap dances.
No, not getting lap dances. Paying girls to go away. You know how many fucking women I had to cash at? Where I was like, you don't have to do this.
You went in on a 2:00 at 2:00 on a Sunday afternoon, right?
Like a 5 p.m. on a Sunday, and just because I didn't want to have to talk, or like I didn't want them to feel like they had to make me feel like, oh,
You didn't want them to fall in
handsome.
love. You can say it.
I didn't want them to fall in love with the shark and the sun. So I
You gotta
just
start saying that to strippers right before they start dancing. Be like, you gotta promise me one thing: don't fall in love with them. I'm part shark.
she's like, did you fart? Because it smells pretty dank over
That's
here.
the best place to fart probably is a strip club because what are they going to do? Walk away? They want your money.
Yeah, true.
If a girl
They
sits
gotta
on
sit
your
in
lap,
it.
that's what I'm going to do from now on if I'm at a strip club.
Yeah.
Girl
Shark
ever
farts.
sits on my lap, I will fart immediately and just lock eyes with
Yeah.
him. Dare him to get up.
That's the next plot for a Liam Neeson movie. He just goes into strip clubs and very coyly farts. I'm looking for my daughter.
I have a very certain set of skills.
I have a very certain set of toots.
Instead of
I was
taking, it's just
so
called
scared of
flatulence.
But yeah, so the girls, they would come up and they'd be like, hi, and I would go, oh, no. And then I'd hold the Cash Up app, and they would just tell me what their name was, and I'd send $10. And I did that probably 4 times.
Oh yeah, strippers
Gab.
got to be playing. They're playing 3D chess now. That all the apps are out there.
Yeah, the one girl was like, well, come on, we'll go do a dance with Gav. And I was like, whatever. I didn't think there were like anything of it. And so she took her to like another room, and they just talked. And the girl was like, "Where'd you get your nails done?" She asked where she got her nails done. They talked about their hair.
Kissed
blah,
a
blah, blah.
little.
No, nothing. Came back. She was like, "I just paid $80 for a conversation."
We're best friends now.
Yeah, followed him on Instagram.
I'm the maid of honor in her wedding next week.
Dude, it was so dead. We walked in and the DJ was like, "What do you guys want me to play?" We're like, "Oh, that's like 90% of your
He
job."
just hands you the aux cord.
Yeah.
He's like, here.
Can you put on flippy flops?
Flops is what's
Yo.
gonna go on. Yes.
If you don't go back and get a lap dance at cheerleaders to your own song,
I got
and
my
halfway
Walmart
through just
shorts.
go. You're just pointing at that speaker. You're like, you hear that?
Yes.
She's like, do you want this dance or not?
Yeah.
Like, you hear that?
She's like, "I know you're the
That's
one
me.
farting." I'm like, "Yeah."
She's like, I know that's Tony Luke. Now, anyway, do you want this dance or not?
May we have this dance? So
Dude, start saying that. Make it like a like beautiful rom com to every strip you ever go up to. Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
May we have this dance?
Yeah, like
May
every-
I cut in? She's just dancing on another dude. Excuse me, honey. May I cut in? You want to get out of here?
when you're finished grinding on this man's enormous penis,
Honey, do you know who I am? I sung Flippy Flops. I can
Yeah.
take you away from all
I could
of
take,
it.
baby, I could save you from this. You don't have to do this. I could save you from the creek.
I can get your own creek, babe.
Every night I can imagine the creek water, you feel like a film on you. Where are you showering
I would
at,
just
honey?
love to see a stripper get done her shift, wash off all her glitter, walk down to just a kayak, and just kayak home on the creek.
She's
Just
holding
to,
an
like-
old lantern.
No, it doesn't have paddles.
There's an
It just has
Egyptian-
the stick. The
Yeah.
single
The
stick.
only other thing happening is an Egyptian guy getting eaten by a shark in the creek. But it's
Creek
tastefully
Sharks.
done.
Creek
Tastefully
Sharks sounds like a good street hockey team.
done. Yeah, Creek Sharks was the kids that beat us 400-12 in football every year. But yeah, so that was how I spent Memorial Day weekend. It was pretty nice overall.
Getting lappies with your loved one.
Yeah, did the man on the street thing with sheets. That was good. Good
Man,
time.
you're cornering the food industry.
I'm quartering the food industry both with my eating and with my mom.
Had GoPuff and you've had sheets. Now
You're
you just need
slowly
Wawa.
becoming a part of this couch.
It's-
throughout this whole episode.
It is comfy. I should say this. We are shooting at John's house. What the address is?
1,
1.
2,
John lives in the first house ever. John
Yep.
lives in one house lane.
1 house road
And we're recording on his porch.
that I painted myself. I
That-
did all this work last summer. I painstakingly sat out here in
Well,
the
not
heat.
the fan though, right?
Shut up. I'm very insecure about that. All right. I didn't hang the fan. Ryan Foster came and he hung it, and he did a good job. You can't even hear it. So good job.
Yeah.
I guess you're a skilled laborer. Anyway,
Yeah.
I bought this house with my own money,
Who else would it be, dude?
Governments, I don't know.
You know what?
I still don't know how anything works, and I own a house. So that's scary.
Yeah, me too. I mean,
I don't get mortgages. I don't get anything, and
my
I
mortgage
just
payment
I have
could go
a
up,
house.
and I'd just be like, okay.
Yeah, you guys make me feel better about that kind of stuff. Where
It's
I
amazing
realize
how
you guys
much
have
you
no
can
idea.
really succeed in this life by being very stupid.
Yeah, it probably shows you that things are really not that big of a deal.
Simplify things.
Yeah. That's what the government wants to do. They want to keep us under their damn thumb. And they
The
go,
government
give 'em a
wants us
house.
to barely sleep like you. You're under the forceful thumb nail of the government.
Yeah.
Is pinning you down and say you don't sleep.
Yeah.
You need to be busy.
They can't stop me. They
Be
can't stop me.
busy, And then me, I'm out here free. I have long hair now. What?
You
Come
have
on.
long hair. And what do they try to do? Try to cut it off
Government's
your
been
hair.
trying to cut my hair every day. A government official goes, "Come on, man, you gonna cut that?" And I go, "You can't." fucking
Mr.
handle
Government
me."
himself walked into your bedroom in the wee hours of the night.
I say, Dr. Government, if you can't handle me at my best, you
Yep.
don't deserve me at my worst.
That's
How does
right.
that go?
That is the verbatim quote.
There it is.
They try
you
to
can't
cut your
handle
hair.
my worst. You don't deserve my best.
They try
John,
to cut
now
your
we're
hair,
back
dude.
full circle to Catering Hall Bad Boys.
I'm a
because
bad bitch.
Oh,
I'm a
shit.
bad bitch.
at one point, you talked about how your hair took you out of the front of house position at a catering.
Yeah,
company,
got me in the
right?
dish room with
got
a
dished.
with a former convict.
Yeah.
Now you need to go back there and pull a pretty woman and be like, "Didn't you stick me in back of the house?"
true.
Yeah,
I think, but
big mistake.
I think it's
Yeah.
now an Indian-owned liquor store, so they have converted it. I come in, they're just
Lakshmi,
like,
does
so you mean it was
Lakshmi
a
own
liquor
that?
store?
yeah, we just need Lakshmi. I'll get Lakshmi on. He might know them.
Dude, Lakshmi should come on.
I do want to have him on. I was thinking
We
about
should.
that.
We talking about having him on.
Yeah.
I would like to get him on here, dude.
This is like the worst version of Weekend at Bernie.
Dude, I am in my
Weekend
element
at
right now.
Maddie's over here.
I'm not scared of the government. For
At
sure.
all.
Nope. They cannot stop me from getting high
Dude,
my
this-
junior year of college and taking 2 Rice Krispie treats and putting peanut butter in between them and eating them on my couch.
This election is going to be hilarious.
I think this has kind of been the funniest year of all time.
Yeah. Every year has been the funniest year in the last couple of years.
They just did a recap of the 2023 NBA season and how like unserious and ridiculous it was. Like one of my biggest follows on TikTok is this like autistic kid who lives in New York and just gets hammered all day. It's the sickest thing. His name's World of T-Shirts. Josh Block. He's this like somewhat severely autistic kid who recently started drinking, got big on TikTok, and then recently when he turned 21 started drinking and has like a full-on alcohol problem where he trains into the city every day, records everything. He's on live TikTok all day, posting TikToks all day, and he just gets blacked out. And then he also hosts tours of New York. So it's a blacked out autistic kid walking around. This is where they had the first movie recorded. It's the greatest follow, World of T-Shirts on TikTok. And now there's a whole other element being added to this where this this guy who got famous and rich off of making hot dogs is now his like sponsor or like looks out for him, but he's got the worst intentions for the kid. He just keeps getting hammered with the kid. And he's going down a path that he can't come down. And the funniest thing is this kid started a Cameo where everybody on Cameo makes him say overtly racist things. They send him just scripts of him saying horrifically racist things that he just reads. And he tells people that he made $7,000 off Cameo in 1 week. World of T-Shirts.
But the important part is like the hot dog vendor. Like how often is he eating hot dogs during the Cameo?
Michael
He's gotta
Quinn?
be just constantly.
Yeah, Michael Quinn is probably having a hot dog, I'd imagine, once or
Deep
twice a
into
day.
this universe right now.
Dude, I'm telling you, if you start watching it, you won't be able to get out of it. Just download TikTok solely for this. It's the
I don't
most
think I can
incredible
do it.
thing.
So the question is, when are we gonna have some cheesesteaks on the podcast? Then we need to get that rocking.
I could talk
right?
to TL.
TL, big TLJ.
That'd be
Or-
incredible. I love a Tony Luke cheesesteak.
We should have TL on the podcast.
I would love to. I'll talk to him about it. I imagine he's a busy guy, so
I'll wear
that might
flippy
be.
flops.
I could do it, dude. I can get my Walmart shorts and a tank top. I hit the dollar store up. I got my flippy flops.
Can we do a Tiny Desk concert of that?
Oh.
Yeah, that'd be kind of sick.
I mean, Jay
What
Simpson
do you
brought
do
it
from
up.
an actual tiny desk?
Like literally like those desks you sit in middle school that had like they were attached to the
I
chair.
got my Walmart.
Jay Simpson brought up having a Tiny Dick concert, and I'm totally on board. We should have him on for a Tiny Dick concert.
Tiny dick concert.
That'd be sick.
I'm in.
Oh, that would be something special. And I was held back a little bit in that song. I have pipes that I was not allowed to use. Yeah, I wanna.
Matt, you killed it.
What else
you
we
killed
been
the
up to?
vocals.
I do
man.
appreciate
I really think you did, man.
Thanks,
As someone who studied music for years,
Yeah.
I think you did a great job with. The
I know that's why
vocals.
it kind of was a little bit significant when you told me that. I did appreciate that a little bit.
I think you should quit comedy.
I think you're bringing
And
down the
just-
energy of this podcast,
Just
dude.
pursue, I was just looking up Instagram reels.
Look up World of T-Shirts, dude. I promise you, it's going to be the greatest.
I was
This'll
trying to
be-
find something to talk about because you're melting into the couch right now. Talking
That doesn't
about,
mean I'm not a
talking
social
about
butterfly.
somebody's TikTok.
It's so good, dude. Hold on, you talk.
No, I'm not. No, we're not watching TikTok
We're
on
not.
the podcast.
Of course, we're not watching a TikTok on the podcast.
What the fuck have you been up to other than being? You're so busy, but you got nothing to talk about. But
What?
you're like, dude, I'm just simply too busy. When I know that 40% of your day is laying on the couch like this,
Yeah.
watching this guy's TikTok.
It's really not. I wish it was. I wish I had it easy.
Maybe not
like you, dude.
40%. I'm thinking like 25 though. I think a solid quarter.
yeah. I mean, I'm not, and it's a good thing.
You guys are
can
out of your
embrace it.
fucking minds.
We need to get
dude.
Gab on speakerphone right now so she can verify this.
Go
I
ahead.
think.
She's the only person who will probably corroborate your story. To be honest with you.
There's nothing better than someone trying to justify how much they work in 2023.
I
now.
didn't try to justify it. You said, "Why are you tired?" And I said, "I'm busy." And you said,
Are you though? Are you?
What do you guys want me to say? That I'm not fucking reading Gary Vaynerchuk? That I'm not investing? That
You're
I'm
not reading. You're listening to Gary.
I hate
Vaynerchuk.
Gary Vaynerchuk. I don't want that to be a real sentiment that comes out of this.
I don't know.
No, dude. Yeah, but I'm trying to think. Anything else going on with me? Yeah, we
Dude,
had the
did
post
you
game
guys
show.
see I-95 collapse
Yeah.
today?
Yeah,
Dude,
sorry about that, fellas.
Yeah, that's
That
Matt.
one's
You're
on me.
responsible for that.
Yeah, I'm busy. That's what I've been busy with, domestic terrorism. No, yeah, that's fucking crazy, dude. And what was it, like an oil tanker?
It was just stuck
Something
under
like
there,
that.
just burning for hours.
I think Matt was responsible for this because it sounds like something the IRA would do.
True.
You know, Matt, I know your Irish roots bring you back to that. I know I've
Oh,
seen
true.
the radio frequencies in your house, the transmitters, the detonators, the whole nine.
You believe I may have car bombed I-95?
Well, not car bomb, just a radio bomb on the oil tanker itself.
Yeah, I don't. Look, I wouldn't put it past me.
You and Donegan, both of you.
Brendan is probably the more likely one, especially now when he has the baby. He's just looking for stuff to do.
Well, those calves, he can run past it, and
True.
and no one would see him until it's too late. He's kind of like the Flash, only
Yeah.
with less kidnapping allegations.
He doesn't get Charlie horses. They just explode, and all the tension finally takes down a bridge.
Al,
What
how
are you
do you
doing,
think-
dude?
I was laughing because speaking of calves, have you ever had your friend just start to get in shape and he just continually sends you pictures of his progress?
Does he send you calf pics?
I've basically shamed my friend into getting jacked. He listens to this podcast too. Every time he would
How do
send
you
us
shame
stuff,
someone into getting
we just
jacked?
kept calling him fat for like 3 years. We just called him fat in a group chat for 3 years, and I really was leaning in. And he was by no means fat. He's listening to this, but he's getting chubby. So then he got like spite jacked. So he's been sending us like, but he has his wife take pictures of him. He just sent us a picture, and
Honey, this is going to show all the guys in the
he's
group
mid
chat.
jump
We need
rope.
you-
He's mid jump rope in the air, and that means he took a video, screenshotted it,
Oh, no.
picked the right one, and sent it to us like a fucking loser. You heard that?
Dude, don't harp on my strategy here. That's the only way I've ever gotten a good picture of myself.
True.
Yeah. Well, what's his name? Or should we not say it?
No, it's Rob. He's a listener.
Rob,
he
you're
wants
the
to come
man,
on this
dude.
podcast so bad. Do any of your friends ever ask to come on here?
Yeah, I'm like, what are you going to talk about?
Exactly.
Look, me and John haven't had a good conversation ever. We have like 90 episodes. You think we
Cooking.
trust you to talk about
Yeah,
something?
and we get one person on here. It's always the person too that's like got opinions about your podcast. And
Yeah.
You get them on, they're just like,
So
we can talk about nothing forever, baby.
we've done it
I
literally.
mean, it's kind of proof that
88
shaming
times,
works,
I
though.
think.
That whole story proved that shaming works. We need to bring
It did.
back
He
shaming.
got spite jacked. That's incredible.
People are just too open about things they should be ashamed of.
But now
Can
I
we-
think
can
I'm
we
going to
just put
shame
an
him in
end
the
to
other
that?
direction.
I
I
agree.
think I'm just going to start to shame his muscles so he gets fat again.
like, oh, you need to get
Oh,
jacked.
can you even wipe your own ass? Can you
Yeah,
even
we are the
reach?
puppeteers.
That is one of the all-time ways to make fun of somebody is to ask if they can even wipe their ass anymore.
Can you even touch your back? Can you?
That's how
Can
you should shit talk blind people like that. Like, how do you even know when you're done?
no. There's a blind guy on my floor at work, but supposedly he's like
He's laying there 'cause
partially
he tripped over
blind.
something.
Yeah.
Because like there's been multiple times where I've walked down the hallway and like he's clearly avoided me in the hallway, so he can't be fully blind.
I was
But
thinking
I've
about
seen him
that
with
recently.
The walking stick, but he walks around in Center City, Philadelphia. There's no way he doesn't at least have.
Nah,
like,
there's
an
so many
inkling of
beeps
what's
and
going
boops
on.
around there.
Yeah.
You're good.
Well, apparently, and I used to work with a blind guy at the camp I worked at, and we did ask him. We're like, how? Like, I know this is the hack question, but like, how do you know? And he was like, I have to eat every one to find out when it's done with shit on it. So every time he would wipe, he would just
Oh, but the worst part is when I walk by this guy's office because all the windows are like
who said we
Like-
got nothing good to talk about, dude?
clear. He's working at a computer, and I'm calling bullshit. You want to talk about a guy stealing a paycheck? A
Yeah.
blind guy sitting at a computer just hitting keys randomly?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
These guys have had it too easy for too long.
The blind,
No,
yeah.
Fuck that, man. No, you're not allowed to be. You're not allowed to be a contributing member.
I thought
of
about that
society.
recently.
Unfortunately, this is going to be a real. This is actually whatever this is. This is a real.
Yeah, I recently missed an opportunity to fake being blind, and I'm mad about that.
What the fuck could that possibly mean, dude?
I was
What
thinking about 'cause
opportunity did you have?
when you start a new job, like you're starting a new job.
How long could you keep the bit going?
Listen,
for?
I think I could really lean in. Wearing sunglasses is awesome. We did this whole episode, but when you start a new job, it's like, especially a place where no one knows you. You could just go in and you could be like I started a new job. I'm just a long hair guy. Like you could just be that guy. And I thought for a minute, I was like, what if I just went in and pretended to be blind or deaf? And just
I think the
saw
only way
how
to do that
long-
well is if you just constantly rotate ridiculous sunglasses and no one can say shit because you don't know what you're putting
Yeah,
on.
Yeah.
Or if I just
Yeah,
pretended
true.
to be deaf and I just kept ripping farts in the office.
Yeah.
It's just like I don't hear them.
Somebody's like, "Who is that?" You're like, "I can't hear you."
If you just,
so glad
what
you're
would they
off
say?
camera.
What would they say, Jay? What the hell would they say, dude?
That's because their mouth is full of food. Because
Right.
the break room is, right next to.
Right, and then they'd spit the food out and they'd go. No, I would like to be the blind guy, and I would tell them that I really like Allen Iverson, and I wear an arm sleeve to work every day, and it's just like my shitty underwear wrapped around my arm. That would be so funny if blind people had to
Big is
eat
your
their
underwear.
shitty toilet.
That
Huh?
would fit along your whole arm. Dude.
I wear compression shorts and I wear them extra long, so they
You
do
wear
go
long
to.
johns?
Yeah, they go to about here.
no, we
That's
have that
crazy,
on camera.
huh?
Okay.
And you think about the muscular. Dude, this might be the best podcast we've ever done.
We were just like, yeah, our
That
friends
is
think
out.
they could do this.
Our friends think they could do this, dude. Yeah, my one buddy was like, dude, next time I'm in Jersey, I'm coming on your podcast. I was like, no. How about no, dude? We put the hours, the
Only
blood.
if you can do the same deaf impression I just did.
Only if you are willing to end your career with a wild.
I don't have a career.
No,
Yeah,
you-
only if you're willing to commit as much as past guests have, like Cody Wright, who called a person on the podcast and called them out for stealing the company from his dead father.
And the funniest part was that was before like we had any semblance of like it was before Jay was producing us. So it was just us with two shitty. It was just a guy willing to end his life for maybe 32 listeners. What a great guy, Cody Wright,
great
man.
fella.
Cody Wright is the man.
This is the part of the podcast where let's just throw some appreciation.
No,
to
I'm
the
so
boys.
sick of complimenting anybody, dude.
Yeah?
Compliment me and how fucking busy I am. Dude, I wake up, gotta do this, gotta do that, gotta knock that out. Oh, we're around. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
Matt, I'm proud of you for how productive you've been lately. It's been a real, it's been a motivating factor for me in my life.
Yeah.
I will say.
I don't do it for me. I do it to set an example for guys like you two.
Yeah.
We gotta respect our elders in this regard.
You're right.
John. Yeah.
Yep. You gotta respect me, man. And
Yeah, no, I need a guy with skate decks on his wall to tell me how to live my life.
you told
He's
me
only
you
got
liked
one.
them. I do have
You
two.
don't even you have no
Never
dead
mind.
flowers decorating your house. Come on.
I surprised my girlfriend with flowers today. Bingo.
And she's dead.
She's dead. Gunshot wound.
She's in the crick.
She's in the crick. She's
So
in
the
comedy
flowers
on the
were for her
crick.
grave is what you're saying.
There's
Sure.
flowers. Yeah, I'm about to freestyle rap. Flowers on my grave. I'm super brave. I'm busy as I'll get out.
That'd
You
be,
cannot
that'd be a
relate.
good premise.
Yeah.
You go. Well, I gave flowers to my girlfriend today. Yeah, I put them right on her grave.
Yeah. That's the joke.
I'm still no. Neither of you could take that. I'm taking
The
that.
joke is my girlfriend's dead. Don't miss her. Next joke. 9/11 kind of makes me laugh. Bam. Jokes. It's not that hard. I'm very busy.
Yeah, her family keeps telling me I gotta stop going there because I was responsible, but I could put flowers there. Anyway.
I didn't know they were the fucking landscaping people for the cemetery. Why don't you worry about your other daughters for something happens to them? Okay. This is not specifically about anybody's family. This was a hypothetical jokey thing. I'm the best podcaster since Joe Rogan. Maybe we guys just start doing solo episodes. With just,
I feel like you've been doing a solo episode. This one.
this
I feel
really
like,
might be the most I've talked to the
I feel
podcast.
like I'm just stepping back and letting you cook and talk about an autistic kid.
Dude, you gotta check him out.
No, you
Why?
can't. You can't a third time try to plug
He
this
got
guy.
banned from Tinder, dude, and he's got a running joke. He goes, "What does band mean? Do I have
Oh,
a
I'm sold.
microphone
That-
and some drums?" Dude,
I'm
you're
sold.
gonna love this guy. He's the
Sold.
man. Joshua, what? Do you have TikTok?
No, I don't.
I haven't gotten into it myself.
You guys are missing out, man.
I don't think I am. You just told me a nothing story about an autistic kid.
Yeah, but some of the most I do find out a lot of information and stuff on there,
I mean, Instagram's pretty much the same too, though, right? Like,
but it's like 3 weeks delayed.
yeah, it's fine. I'm old. 3 weeks
Yeah.
delayed is like my life.
That's probably the best way to do it. Sitting in the back seat of life, just
Yeah, just
find
wait.
out when things happen.
I'm envious of people like my wife. She never watches the news, and like I report the news to her. We talk about it all the time. Where I'm like, if I could just not tell her about a lot of important shit that's happened in the world, and she would have no clue. But then I'm also envious of that too.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, it is pretty nice. It's like because if you don't read the news or anything, go about your day just with what's around you.
Yeah.
You're like, oh yeah, life's okay.
Yeah, that is true. There
I'm not
is
a
so
war.
much.
Like,
Yeah, you're right. Like that is crazy. Like if you're at Starbucks and they're like, "All right, so if you can just click here and say, did you want to find out how many kids died in Syria today?" And you're like, "No."
I'm good.
All right, well then the coffee's gonna be $8 more expensive.
You know what? That's all right.
Well, if I, like,
I'll pay and not have to watch the news tax.
I bet you that'll be something that would happen if we ever started to like actually like as a society start to like abandon news, is they would just find a way to like
No news-
capitalistically put it into things where you
they've
have
already
to, like,
started gas stations, man. It's against my will a lot of the times when they have news stories on gas station things. Like I go to fill it up, they don't give me a choice. They just start playing it. I can't even.
Oh,
fucking
I know what
mute
you're
it.
talking about. Yeah,
Gas
they
okay.
just have
news,
news
yeah.
on
Yeah.
there, man.
And this episode of That Rules is brought to you by.
I would take a corporate sponsorship in a heartbeat.
Gas TV.
Anybody, dude.
Yeah,
Dude,
sponsor us.
they could send us an ad segment that is just like them nuking villages in like the Middle East.
Oh
and
yeah,
like,
whoever had the most recent oil spill, we'll do a plug for.
I think it was us with the oil tanker on I-95.
We are
True.
great for your PR image. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like things couldn't get worse.
Yeah.
yeah,
Then,
you got a
like-
guy. You put the face of guy like me on your corporate campaign.
And even those words, he's good at words.
Actually,
Yeah.
genuinely, somebody just did.
I know, and that's what scares and angers me.
That's
It's
crazy.
amazing. It's positively fantastic.
Yeah, man, I'm kind of the man in a lot of ways.
You're the face of
Damn, you
Go
are
Puff,
you're
you're
a
the face of
corporate
Sheets.
puppet.
Puppet,
You're just a
dude.
shill.
I'm a shit. I'm a fucking
Is he a
cog in the
regular
machine.
puppet or a hand puppet?
I'm
I like
a
to think
hand.
he's a hand puppet.
yeah, dude. You just want to put your hand in my tuchus, dude.
You're not a real boy.
I don't even know what I am now. I don't even think I am a guy anymore. I'm just a vessel for just getting stuff done.
For busyness.
Taking care of business, yeah.
I'm just a being focused on busy.
I'm an ethereal being. I'm like the wind. Like you can't really see me, but you know I'm there making things happen.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, most definitely.
I always think about that. I say one day he's gonna solve the problem of sharks.
I'm gonna
because he's the wind.
Matt, you're the wind. If the wind was going through a patch of just red roses, deep red
That
roses.
sounds gorgeous, dude. And
You're
also,
the wind beneath my chicken wings, baby.
that's gorgeous. I like that a lot.
Beneath my drumsticks from KFC,
Yeah.
like Noah was dressed like.
Because you
the other
are
night.
the wind
Are there-
beneath my wings. What's a good song? We can sing together.
Flippy Flops. That's a great song.
I got a cubic zirconia bling watch. Feeling good because I know that I'm looking hot.
I'm barely even gonna kill myself.
Now, did you
I'm like-
memorize those words, or did you read them off a sheet?
That
in
was the most.
studio?
I guess
That
I
was
can kind of talk about it a
freestyle.
little
Actually, that
more.
was all one take freestyle.
That was the most stressful part of that entire thing. Was like really getting down, like the exact verbiage, because I don't like per se really speak like that, but.
Who do you think is gonna play you in the Tony Luke biopic?
Biopic. Yeah.
Me. Just another thing to add to the schedule. Just
definitely-
more work.
Definitely Tom Holland.
If they get a short guy like that to play me, I'd be. And dude, by the way, shut up about playing a role and then talking about how it ruined your mental. Like you can't come back mentally.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I hate that, dude. Tom Holland just
Heath
played.
Ledger got away with it, and that was it. That should have been the last time.
Even the Heath Ledger's thing
He
annoyed me.
spent his money on drugs instead of therapy. That was kind of his downfall,
Right.
right?
Everyone's just like, no, but it was because he was being a goofball character. It's
Yeah.
like, nah.
I wrote something about that not too long
I don't
ago.
think. I don't think
And I
the
haven't been
Joker is
meaning to
really a
talk about it.
goofball.
He's king goofball. He's the most goofy.
That was like, and then I mean, when that awful production company found out Heath Ledger died, they're like, huge marketing opportunity.
yeah.
To be like, our character was so fucked up, this guy couldn't even bear to watch.
Meanwhile, Daniel Day-Lewis is out there just being different people every year, and he's fine, we think.
You
Yeah.
know, somebody in the marketing department of the Dark Knight movie went jackpot.
Oh, yeah. As soon as that theater was shot up, too, they were just like, our numbers are going to be through the roof.
Yeah,
It's like that old Sam Kinison bit where he talks about starving people. I think the camera crew could have fed him. You know, there's some
No,
director
right,
there.
right.
Like, don't feed him yet.
You could flick those flies off their face.
they should do that for every movie. They should do if you want to get
One actor dies. One actor. Somebody's got to fall on
It's
the
always
sword.
got to be the villain kills himself. They're like Toy Story 1, the mean kid killed himself at the end of production because he couldn't believe what the character called for.
Dude, I want to see a behind the. You were talking about how like the cameraman could have done something. Imagine being there the day that they shot the commercial for the "In the Arms of the Angel."
Dude, that's
Yeah.
a sketch.
The Melissa
Let's do
Etheridge
that.
thing, dude. They had to shoot that commercial. And they're like, that puppy's not limping enough,
Yeah.
and they had to pause and then punch a puppy in the leg. And they're like, all right, record it again.
Yeah.
This is
You know
a whole sketch
Yeah,
series
can we get more
behind the
flies
camera.
on this cat's face?
But like the Heath, I mean, now that if you're the guy who
Are you?
played.
Wait, did you just pull out your phone, read the joke, and now you're shoehorning it back in?
No, I just wanted to remember to see if I actually wrote something. But now I'm actually thinking about it. If you're the bad guy from Schindler's List and you saw that Heath Ledger killed
Hitler?
himself for playing the
Who's
Joker,
the bad guy in Schindler's List
I
is
don't know.
Hitler,
Yeah.
right?
All right. Then every guy who
Hitler
played Hitler.
did kill himself, so your point is proven.
But I'm saying the actors, when they saw that Heath Ledger killed himself for how demented the Joker was, do you think they were like, fuck? Like he slept soundly at the entire time he played Hitler. He's like, I should have probably killed myself.
I don't know, a commitment to the craft.
Yeah. Or they just didn't feel that bad about it.
No,
No, definitely not.
9. See what I did there?
That's how I felt after the GoPuff commercial. I was like, I don't know if I can live myself after this.
Do you think you insulted Benjamin Franklin's memory?
Yeah, when I played Benjamin.
Yeah,
Do
one
you
day,
think you,
one
do you
day,
think you insulted his memory as a founding father?
you're gonna be met at
Science?
the pearly gates by Ben Franklin
Yeah.
and Tony Luke Sr.
Yeah.
I think it will be poetic. You just need to be electrocuted now, just to go full circle.
Yeah,
you know what I
dude.
mean?
I
Damn,
think
you're
that,
gonna die by kite.
you might want to pronounce that one a little more
Kite.
clearly, dude.
Kite.
Hard T there, hard T.
Yeah, that's what the guy who played Hitler thought he was going to die by. Careful, folks. Yeah. I do think it's
I was-
sad.
what do you think if the bad guy in Schindler's List was really just like a major anti-Semite and believed in everything he was doing?
He's a
That's
method
how-
actor.
That's how hard he was method acting.
Yeah.
Matt's just super.
He's just on set. Well, if you look at the history of Israel, it's pretty fucking bad,
Yeah,
guys.
Matt's
Like,
crazy anti-Semitic, and he's just like, I'd like to think Schindler was the bad guy.
These are jokes, guys. I'm putting
Jokes.
flowers on my girlfriend grave.
6
Remember
million
that?
and one.
if we have any listeners left this far in the episode, maybe.
Dude, who wouldn't listen to every damn second of me doing it up with John?
I finally watched Cocaine Bear. Did you watch that?
How
movie?
was it?
I haven't
Pretty
watched
good.
it
Shout
yet.
out Scott Cease, Baltimore Harrisburg area comic.
yeah, dude's funny.
Plays a paramedic in it.
Yeah.
And dude, for it being his first movie, he gets like lines. He gets killed. Spoiler alert. And CGI used on him. So like that's pretty big for your first time acting in a movie. You're with pretty big name people in that movie, and they also you do well enough that you're one of the guys that gets CGI'd. That's pretty cool.
That's fucking sick.
My
Yeah.
first time in a movie,
They
they
get
told
to do
me
an
I had to
action
play
scene
dead.
too. Just play
First time in
dead.
a movie, there's like, just lay there and don't look at the camera.
Hell yeah.
But it what?
You're going through and they're like, you're going to make a great corpse.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Just right over there, bud.
That was my total contribution to the production.
Oh, but judging by your clothes, you already went through wardrobe? Okay, here you go.
I could just be like a dead dad at the zoo with my New Balance on.
Dead
I
Dad at
think.
the Zoo is a great movie. It's coming out.
Yeah.
It's
It's still got who was Kevin James?
it's the sequel. Dead Dad at
Yeah,
the
that's
Zoo.
the next sequel is Fat Retard on a Moped or whatever that mall thing was called. What that movie would
For
be
the
better.
people that brought
Paul-
you Zookeeper.
Paul Blart
Moron
Mall.
Safari.
They should have made that movie like liberal propaganda where he had a gun and he was using it, let's just say, without much thought.
He's just killing all the animals in the zoo.
No, I'm talking
Yeah,
about Paul
no,
Blart Mall Cop.
He accidentally shoots
A-cab.
himself, and this
They-
is why we don't give guns to mall cops.
Dude,
That's
they
right.
did make it. Seth
5-minute
Rogen
movie.
made like at the same exact time that he made like a mall cop movie too. It's always that where like one movie like Dante's Peak came out and then Inferno came out.
Yeah.
Or like Titanic and then
Inferno's a
Another
good movie.
Titanic.
I like Inferno. Oh,
So,
no, that's
but, like,
Volcano
there are-
I'm thinking of.
But they always like have those movies that are similar come out around the same time. Seth Rogen also made a mall cop movie like a year after Observe and Report. was
Oh, yes,
Seth
yes,
Rogen's
yes,
one.
yeah.
But it's like
I didn't
it's
see that one.
It's Paul Blart Mall Cop if it was made by stoners. Like it's the
Yeah.
exact same movie.
Yeah.
So we need what's something that just came out that we can make our version of. We'll do Schindler's List, Shindy's Listy.
We can watch.
It's just you and me being absolute fucking tools. You know what we should do, dude? We should save Jews.
Dude, where's my Jew? We could.
Dude,
I just-
where's my list?
They just put a documentary about Gerald Fogel out. We could do something with that.
Ooh.
I started watching that.
Jared
Dude,
Fogle biopic?
dude, they started. The lady who got him was like a radio host in middle America, radio host that they just met during an interview, and then she started to like talk to him, and apparently they were at, which this is the craziest thing when you think about it, like from a normal human perspective. They were sitting at some event where there was a bunch of kids out there, and they were just like going back and forth talking, and she said that they got comfortable talking about their love life, stuff like that, and he kind of out of the blue was like, I just fucking think kids are hot. Like legitimately, not even like he just kind of
Jesus.
said. I don't think it was like verbatim that, but he basically was like, I just think kids are so hot.
He's just like, hey, I'm really comfortable with you. I'm really comfortable
that's what I'm saying.
in saying
It was like the second time they'd met.
the worst thing ever.
First time is like I'm feeling
But
you
then,
out. Second
man,
time, trying
she's
to
got to go home and be like, what vibe was I putting off?
Right, that's what I
That
thought.
was like,
Well, that dude.
it's okay to admit this to me.
Well, they kept doing this thing where so she recorded phone conversations they were having.
Oh,
So
God.
and he's obviously fucking repulsively disgusting.
Yeah.
And the stuff he says on the phone is like gross. But they
And he
did
got
do
new,
this
he got
thing.
new skinny confident.
Yeah, true. Yeah. So and he did do this
don't
thing.
call me out like that.
Yeah, like I was fat for years. Now you can't tell me what to do.
Yeah,
Look at
dude,
my
if you're-
pants.
if you're-
I didn't thin out till my 30s, honestly.
If he was banging out subs
See,
and cokes.
now you got new fat confidence or new thing confidence.
Yeah, he was doing the commercials like 5-year-old. Fuck. But so they recorded the conversations and they would play like he was saying heinous stuff about like specifically saying like, oh, if you could like get a kid to do this, blah, blah, blah. And then he would ask her questions. Like at one point he was like, can I put a camera in your son's room? He's like, can I put a camera in either your son or daughter's room?
Oh.
And she's like, oh, I don't know. And he's like, well, if you let me do it, which one can I put it in? And then it cuts to like a whole other thing. But I'm like, let's hear what this weird bitch said.
Yeah, what
she
was
gave
her
a response
response?
because they kept talking. Well, no, they didn't. They would cut it off every time she would have to in the actual conversation, she had to give him some kind of retort. They would cut off whatever she was saying and go to another point of the documentary.
I
Yeah.
don't think she went to her kids like that. Well, guys, I had to pick one,
Yeah.
so we're gonna rock paper scissors here.
Well, she was only doing it to bait him into stuff. And then they went to this whole thing where she was working with the FBI, and the FBI was like, technically this is illegal that you're recording without his consent. So if you brought this to court, it wouldn't hold up, which is the craziest. That's the craziest way the legal system works.
Dude, you always hear that stuff in the legal system where it's like, well, this wasn't presented properly in court.
Yeah.
So, or this wasn't this was in that. Granted, it was a fake show, but that show Jury Duty. Did you watch that? With it's one of the guys who wrote some of the episodes. The old Philly comic Mackie Leaper.
Oh,
is in it,
I know.
and, Tom Marsden and Rick Fox, a stand-up comic, is in the show. But in the fake case in this, it was like proper evidence wasn't submitted before the trial, so therefore it wasn't allowed to be acknowledged within the trial. So it's like, yeah, if something's just not reported right, like a fully innocent person could just go to jail.
Yeah, off a technicality.
Now, flip that back, not to say that Jared Fogle shouldn't, he got his, what he had coming to him.
Well, the
So it's
logic
like-
of the logic of that law does hold up. Where if you're recording somebody and they don't know, that is a violation of
Right,
privacy.
right.
But to me, it's like
but you're getting
in,
the best truth.
right in a footnote that's unless the person's banging kids.
Yeah, unless there's Subway.
Here's the one where
spokesman.
you can
Subway had
kinda-
a hell of a bounce back with that because their next spokesman was Ryan Howard. They were like, and in this area especially, they were like, man, remember how we had that ungodly, awful pervert?
Yeah.
For like
what
a
if we
decade?
had World Series champion Ryan Howard 1 year fresh off of the World Series win? He's
Yeah.
like, this is a real home run for me. Meanwhile, Jared's still touching kids.
Well, that's what they had to be careful because if lightning strikes twice, their next person they get is also banging kids.
Yeah.
If I'm McDonald's, I'm like, you can have Subway, but it makes you want to bang kids.
I don't know.
That's actually a really missed opportunity for McDonald's, Burger King, and Quiznos. Really, when Quiznos still existed, they should have just said pedophile free, and that was their billboard.
I bet you
They
one of
would've- they
those
would've cleaned
owns
house.
Subway.
I literally have a bit that I was trying to work out about other businesses should just come up with heinous claims against the other place.
Well, you're welcome.
Just like Pizza Hut, you're like, if you're like Domino's, you're like 0 flight logs to Epstein's Island. I don't know. Pizza Hut's like, what the hell? It's like Pizza Hut, more like Pizza Gate. What's going on over there, dude? That's a
Domino's
bit.
is like we're like Papa John's without the racism.
Well, that one is a real one, yeah. But
Papa
that's
John's just doubles down though. They're like even more racist
Yeah.
than before. We know who our fans are.
true, yeah.
They just go full Trump. They're just like,
Well, he did. The guy.
now Papa John's not just saying it; he's singing it. And
He's
it's
the
just-
spokesperson.
It's an album of him.
Isn't
all
he
famous rap
partially owned
songs.
by Shaq now, Papa John's?
Yeah.
I think-
I believe
yeah.
so. Yeah, that was like the recompense, right?
They,
Oh yeah.
Shaq and Donald Trump, the two spokesmen for Papa John's. And they told me they couldn't fit any more spicy pepperoni on this. I said, there's got to be a way.
And also, what the hell, Donald?
I think a stipulation is
Perfect
they're never
Shaq.
on stage together. Otherwise, you'll see how really small Donald Trump's
What if
hands
the
are
exact
compared to
opposite
Shaq.
happened as they were on stage together and Trump was 9 inches taller than him? They said he couldn't be bigger than Shaq. I'm big. I'm dunking on him.
They call me Donald Fu. Don Fu.
I'm
would've been
hitting
better.
my free throws at a good clip.
Jeremy Lin, who
Should have been you instead of Kobe, they're saying.
Jesus.
Okay. That was Trump. It wasn't me during the spokesman campaign. I'm the best podcaster.
gentlemen, what are we
You're
plugging
the
this
busiest podcaster, so what do you got to plug?
I don't know. I got to get out of here. I got to.
week? Well, I'm really busy, so
Tomorrow we'll be recording with Love. Are we? Did we do an hour?
Yeah, right now.
Oh wow. Okay.
you
Tomorrow.
never see the hand signal.
My B.
Yeah, we'll have an episode of Loving Them What coming
Love
up.
and Them. What we're gonna record with those fun folks. Wednesday, I believe I will be at Fergie's Pub. So this is out before Wednesday. Fergie's Pub doing the showcase they have there, which was a funny interaction that I had with Shane O'Connor, where I sent them a DM if I could do the show, and they read it, never answered. I was like, well, then these people hate me. It takes a very small amount of things for me to think people hate me.
Because you're busy.
And I saw, of course, Shane, and he was like, oh yeah, I forgot to answer the DM. He's like, could you do this date? And I was like, I thought you guys hated me. So I'm insane.
Love you, Shane.
Love you, Shane. Good dude, funny guy. June 23rd, Arc Brewery in, do you remember where that's at?
South Jersey. I don't know where. It's like Lumberton, maybe?
Come by, that'll be a fun one. Jeremy Schmerling. Just him. He's running it. And something else coming up. But yeah, what do you got there, big old?
I got nothing. I have nothing coming out.
So you're saying you're not busy?
I'm going to. No, I'm barely busy. So
Yeah.
book me. No, I'm hitting a lull. I got a bachelor party in a couple weekends. That'll be fun.
I'll come.
Come on down. Other than that, Hacks Comedy Golf. It'll come back eventually.
When are we gonna actually make it come back,
When are you gonna actually golf?
dude? I would love to do this.
Let's go right now.
I'm too busy.
All right, Hacks is coming. I would love to do this. I'm just simply too busy.
I'm just simply too busy.
Yeah, Hacks Comedy Golf, Monte Comedy on Instagram. I guess I'll have next month. I have the post game comedy.
Yeah, next month, hopefully July 6th, ideally for post game comedy, but we got to check in.
Oh, Philly's Funny is the end of next month. There's that.
Oh shit, I should
There
say
you
that
go.
June 20th, Philly's Funniest. If you want to come vote for somebody else, that'd be pretty.
Ooh,
pretty
July
fun.
6th, I won't be able to make it. I'm going to be seeing Bill Burr that night, actually.
Yeah,
Shout
but
out to
really,
Bill.
I mean,
What?
it's a step down for you.
Can you see if Bill can come on our show?
Yeah, he's
I'm
not
gonna try.
that busy.
I want to try.
Just yell it to
I
him.
want to ask the guys I tape from New York. I know they're listeners, Ryan and Danny. I'm going to see if one of them can come down.
That'd be
one of these
so
times.
sick, dude. Yeah, please.
Maybe Danny. I don't know about Ryan, but Danny maybe.
If they're ever around and they want to do literally as much time as they like, I'll just have the show will just be post game comedy show with Ryan Long, and that's it.
Yeah,
I'm cool with that.
that's it.
That's been our show. Thanks for listening. Every show must come to an end, and that's the show that you must pretend that it won't ever finish.